Welcome to the Connect Secure Administration and Maintenance e-learning course. In this session, we will review the administrative UI for Pulse Connect Secure. The primary purpose of the initial configuration dialog is to provide remote access to the administrative UI. To access the administrative UI pages, enter the FQDN or IP address of Pulse Connect Secure, followed by a slash and the word admin. Ensure that you see the beige note box at the bottom of the sign-in page. If you do not, you are accessing a user sign-in page, which will not provide you with the administrative level access. When you first connect, you might receive a security alert from Internet Explorer when you attempt to connect. Examine the warning carefully. The certificate check most often fails for one of the following reasons. The certificate was issued by a company you chose not to trust. This warning occurs because Pulse Connect Secure is using a self-signed certificate and the CA certificate from Pulse Connect Secure is not loaded into the browser. Another possible reason is that the name on the certificate does not match the name of the site. This warning can occur when you access Pulse Connect Secure using an IP address rather than an FQDN, which is contained in the certificate. The task guide is a context-sensitive help system that guides you through basic configuration tasks. On an unlicensed Pulse Connect Secure, the task guide automatically appears in a frame to the right of the administrative UI. It guides you through the initial configuration of your Pulse Connect Secure. Once your Pulse Connect Secure is licensed, the task guide assumes the configuration of the device and provides platform-sensitive help. You can dismiss the task guide at any time by clicking the X in the upper right corner. You can recall the task guide by clicking Help. The administrative UI has two main windows, the navigation menu on the left and the I/O window on the right. The 6 main sections to the administrative UI are the following. The first section is System. This includes system-level configuration, such as licensing, network settings, and clustering, as well as system information, including logs. The next section is Signing In. This is the sign-in policy, endpoint security, and authentication, authorization, and accounting servers. The next section is Administrators. This includes the administrator accounts and access settings. The next section is Users. This includes authentication realms, user accounts, roles, and role mapping. The next section is Resource Policies. This includes settings that control access to individual resources. The final section is Maintenance. This includes upgrades, archiving tools, and troubleshooting tools. You can access a specific screen in one of two ways. Hover your mouse over a menu item to display the corresponding submenu. If submenus are present, continue to hover over the names until the entry you want displays. Then select the name. You can also access a specific screen by clicking on the major heading. The tabs for each submenu will display at the top of the configuration screen. Click the tab to open the desired screen. You can identify your location by looking at the top of the configuration screen. The navigation path will be displayed. If multiple tabs associate with that level, the darkest tab indicates the active screen. Pulse Connect Secure is initially licensed for only 2 active user sessions. You must install additional user licensing should you wish to add more simultaneous users. When you receive a new device from the factory, it might not be loaded with the most current version of software. In this case, you should upgrade to the latest release before beginning any configuration. To do so, navigate to Maintenance, then to System, then to Upgrade/Downgrade. Browse to the package on your machine, and then select Install Now. You can also stage a software package. Staging lets you push the package to a directory on Pulse Connect Secure before the planned maintenance time, and then install the package during the maintenance window. Note that staging does not provide the ability to schedule the installation of the stored service package. It only pushes the service package to the device without installing it. You must still manually start the installation process. You can find the latest code at the Pulse Secure Support portal. Use your support site credentials to sign in and retrieve the upgrade package. If you purchase additional licensed features, such as Pulse Secure Collaboration, you must add the associated license keys to Pulse Connect Secure to enable the features. You obtain feature licenses from the License Management System at Pulse Secure. You need two pieces of information to generate your license. The first piece is the hardware ID of your device, visible at the bottom of the license configuration screen. The second piece is the authorization code, provided at the time of purchase of the license features. After you enter the information, the License Management System will display the license keys for your system. You can then copy and paste the keys to your device. You can optionally set up a CA certificate to replace the self-signed certificate you generated during the initial installation. To acquire a CA signed certificate for your Pulse Connect Secure, you must generate a certificate signing request, or CSR, from Pulse Connect Secure. In this example, we use the task guidance feature to generate a CSR, but you can also generate a new certificate by navigating to System, and then Configuration, then Certificates, then Device Certificates. Select New CSR. Just as with the self-signed certificate you created during the initial importation, you are required to provide the following information. You will need to provide a common name. Unlike the self-signed certificate, the common name is registered with a CA. Therefore, you should use the FQDN of Pulse Connect Secure. You will also need to provide an organization name and random data. With the random data, the random characters you supply seed the random number generator used to generate the public and private keys. The CA you use might require other fields to be completed. Each field in the Graphical User Interface, or GUI, is associated with an x.509 directory field. The combination of fields serve to uniquely identify your device using the standard directory structure. Once you select Create CSR, a CSR is created and stored on Pulse Connect Secure. You then submit the CSR to your CA using whatever method the CA requires. The CA returns a certificate for your Pulse Connect Secure. To load the certificate, select Pending CSR, then scroll down to Step 2. Import the signed certificate box. Click Browse to find the certificate you received from the CA, and then select Import. You can identify which certificate is a self-signed certificate by examining who issued the certificate in the Issued By column. Pulse Connect Secure applies a self-generated certificate to the internal interface by default. To use the CA-generated certificate, you must remove the self-generated certificate from the internal interface, then apply the new certificate to the interface. To modify certificate assignment, click the certificate name, then use the arrow buttons as shown to move the interfaces from the internal virtual ports list to the selected virtual ports list. You can choose internal ports and primary or virtual ports to assign certificates, but you cannot choose a port that's already associated with another certificate. Next, you must import the certificate for the CA. Download the CA certificate to your administrator PC. Then navigate to System, then Configuration, then Certificates, then Trusted Server CAs. Select Import Trusted Server CA. Browse to the location of the downloaded CA certificate, then click Import Certificate. The first time you configure Pulse Connect Secure, you might have a hard time remembering every step that you must address to complete the configuration. Using the configuration checklists will assist you in completing the configuration. A licensed but unconfigured Pulse Connect Secure includes the following default elements. A default element includes a role called Users with Web, Windows File, and Unix/NFS file access enabled. Another default element is a local authentication server named System Local with no users defined. Another default element is an authentication realm named Users that uses the System Local authentication server. Another default element is a role mapping rule within the user's authentication realm that maps all users to the user roles. An additional default element is a sign-in policy that points all incoming sign-in requests to the user authentication realm. And the last default element includes resource policies that allow open access to web and file resources. With these default settings, you must add only usernames and passwords to the System Local Authentication server to allow user access. After logging in, users receive a window into which they can enter URLs. This window provides the ability to browse to these URLs using the second connection. When configuring Pulse Connect Secure, you spend the majority of your time in the menus and submenus, including Roles, Authentication Server, Authentication Realm, Role Mapping Rules and Restrictions, Sign-in Policy, Resource Policies, and Resource Profiles. The system defaults are such that all you must do is add user accounts to the local authentication database, and you can test user logins to Pulse Connect Secure. To create a new user account, navigate to Authentication Servers, then System Local. Select a User tab, then click New. Enter the user account information, then save the changes. In this session, we provided an overview of the administrative UI for Pulse Connect Secure. This concludes this e-learning video. Please review the additional e-learning videos in this series.